Hi everyone and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols and thank you so much for joining us today. Well, kicking off the show today, we are going to talk to the project manager about the ever so famous Over the Edge fundraiser.
Hi, Sheridan. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jennifer Gozovich. I am the project manager here at the YWCA, and we are gearing up for our third annual Over the Edge fundraiser. So I wanted to take a couple minutes just to let you know what it's all about. We ask people to fundraise for us, and not only are they fundraising for the YWCA, but we've also teamed up with Speedway Children's Charities. So once they reach $1,500 in funds, we'll send them to the very tippy top of the Bristol Tower, and we will send them rappelling down 210 feet down at the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's a fun, exciting, a very unique type of a fundraiser. Like I said, we have teamed up with Speedway Children's Charities. So when you fundraise for Over the Edge, you're fundraising for over 90 organizations within our region. You're helping feed and clothe children, provide medical supplies and equipment to children. We also have some amazing programs at the YWCA. Our child care is currently still open to children of essential workers. We also have our YW Cares program, which is a 24/7 victims of abuse and crime advocacy program. They are open all the time, day or night, taking phone calls and helping people within our community. We also have our Moms R Us program, which focuses on teen pregnancy and helping the new parents get through a pregnancy with education and support. We also will have our Tech Girls, hopefully coming back in the fall. It is a STEM-based after-school program for girls only. They are picked up from school and taken to the YWCA to get help with homework and do projects. So if you would like to help out so many organizations within our community, you can sign up to be one of our edgers at otetricities.com. If you want to get involved in this amazing fundraiser but want to keep your feet safely on the ground, we also have a virtual 5K coming up. It is called #Run to the Rescue. It will be taking place June 21st through the 27th. You can sign up at ywcatnva.org/run-rescue, and you can sign up to participate in a virtual 5K. If you want to run it, to walk it, to jog it, or do a mix of both, you can do whatever you want to get to that 3.1 mile mark. And the funds that we raise from #Run to the Rescue will go towards our Edgers fundraising goals. So you're helping out all around. If you have any questions, you can also email me at jennifergozovich@ywcatnva.org, and I can help you get signed up and help you get involved. Thank you so much for having me today. You guys have a great day. Thanks.
Well, we'll all look forward to that event coming up in October. Coming up next, we've got Maggie Elliott. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and we've got Maggie Elliott joining us to tell us what all we can do in Bristol now that things are finally starting to reopen.
We're excited to announce that downtown Bristol is mostly back open for business. The Believe in Bristol website will stay up to date as our downtown businesses continue to navigate through these next phases. With limited dine-in availability, we want to encourage the Bristol community to continue to utilize the curbside and delivery options from our downtown restaurants. And don't forget, as downtown businesses are opening, now's the perfect time to support your favorites by stocking up on those gift cards. We want to know how you're supporting downtown Bristol safely. We're going to be giving away locally made masks from LC King and Serendipity, so head on over to the Believe in Bristol Facebook page for your chance to win. Border Bash Summer Concert Series is going virtual this summer. Thanks to a sponsorship from Eastman Credit Union, during the months of June and July, we'll be streaming live from downtown Bristol's very own The Ernest Tube. Stay tuned for more specifics. The Believe in Bristol Board of Directors had to make the unfortunate decision to cancel the Star Spangled 4th of July celebration. We understand the community's disappointment. Trust me, no one is more disappointed than us. But ultimately, decisions like this are made for the safety of our community. At this time, community gathering numbers are not in our favor, and Believe in Bristol has to place our limited resources towards business sustainability. We look forward to safely bringing our community back together and are confident we'll be able to make this up to you. See you all downtown.
Well, thanks, Maggie. I know a lot of us are ready to get out and enjoy Bristol again. Well, don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and Rebecca Craddock will join us from the city schools to tell us how your kids can get a nutritious meal this summer.
Bristol, Tennessee City Schools is excited to announce our free summer meals program once again this year. It provides meals on Monday through Friday, and this will run through Friday, July 24th, and this is through our Department of School Nutrition. It's for any child under the age of 18, and the locations where meals will be provided are at 3 of our elementary schools. That's Anderson, Avoca, and Fairmount. And then we also have 6 residential locations throughout the city. And those are Village Square Condominiums, Kentucky Avenue Apartments, Sage Meadows Apartments, Bristol Heights Mobile Home Park, Volunteer Village, and Mountain View Apartments. Our school nutrition program also provides meals for the boys and girls who participate in the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club summer programs. And this is Monday through Friday. It is a breakfast and a lunch that they get at the same time, so they only have to go one time during the day for a pickup. As many people know, these folks have been working very hard in our school nutrition program since the school closures for COVID-19 took place starting in the middle of March through when we ended school in May. And during that time, they served 143,102 meals to the children of Bristol. And we're so thankful for them and for their continued hard work in our community. If you want more information about the summer program, you can visit our school district website at btcs.org, and it has the scheduled times that the meals will be at each location. You can also contact our Department of School Nutrition for more information, and that's at 423-652-9222. And I just want to say that we're thankful for the city of Bristol for always allowing us to get the word out and about programs like this. And I want to wish all of the families and students of Bristol, Tennessee City Schools a great summer. Thank you.
Well, up next, we'll hear from the Director of Parks and Rec. Don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for watching Inside Bristol. Well, Terry Napier, the Director of Parks and Rec, will be joining us now to tell us what parks are open and what's not and why they've chosen some of these guidelines.
As far as parks, all of our parks and green space have always been open. We've never closed any of our park space. Now, with the exception of the ball fields, we did shut those down early on. Basketball courts, goals were taken down or gates were locked. So now we're trying to figure out what we can open, how we can reopen it. This past Friday, based on guidance from the health department and their interpretation of the orders from the governor, we did reopen our playgrounds. But with that, we put up warning signage, because we don't want people to think, oh, we're out there sanitizing, taking care. They're there to use, but use them wisely. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. Do all those things you should do anyway. Some things will be more difficult for us to open. Probably the most difficult thing is Haynesville Pool. And we made the decision some time ago to not to reopen the pool, even though the governor's directives are giving some allowances now on reopening pools. We have kind of a unique circumstances. We're not alone in this. I've talked to a lot of other departments that have very similar problems. We have a very, very old pool. And we will start typically, we'll start 45 days out working on the pool. And when I say working on it, that's replacing sections of concrete wall that have deteriorated over the winter, fixing pipes. So typically to scrape everything, repair coping around the edges, replace concrete, repaint, rehab the lifeguard towers and all those things. it can take 45 to 60 days and of man hours and a lot of equipment. So if we started that today, we would be, well into August by the time we got water in the pool. And it doesn't make financial sense. We do have a lot of spending restrictions right now. There's, obviously with businesses closed, tax revenue has decreased. So I think that was some financial, some timing. And then there's the manpower issue. We hire those lifeguards every summer just to work the pool. It's going to be hard to get guards, and I've got a lot of phone calls. Hey, can I have your guard list? We don't have any guards. Just anybody can't be a lifeguard. There's classes, there's certifications, so it's not like we can just go hire somebody and say, hey, you're going to be a lifeguard. And up until now, you haven't been able to do those classes to train somebody to be a lifeguard, which we do every year to make sure we have a pool of lifeguards. So, all those things together, again, working with the directives from the governor, working with the directives of our health department, it just didn't make sense to open the pool. We hate it. We love those folks that come visit us every year, and we love our staff. Some of those staff have been there. We get them their junior, senior year in high school, and we see them all the way through college. And one of them is back now as a full-time programmer. And so, we hate it. I mean, it wasn't an easy decision, but I think in this circumstance, it was the right decision to make. On the hills of the pool, obviously we have a splash pad at Steel Creek Park, and we're still reviewing that. And, with the restriction of groups of 50, it makes the splash pad a little easier until you see pictures from last year on a Saturday when there's 150. So we're prepping the splash pad now. We're washing and painting and touching up, and we had a couple of sensors replaced. So we're getting the splash pad ready. I don't have a date for when it will open, but it's probable that it will open this summer. We had suspended all of our shelter rentals at Steel Creek Park, White Top Creek Park, Rooster Front, and Charlie Robinette. We would stay 30 days out because things happen quick, but we wanted to be fair to people and give them an opportunity to seek other opportunities. So we had canceled everything through June and issued refunds. So we are now taking reservations and honoring reservations from July 1 forward. So we will go back and reopen all of our rental shelters, which during this time period have been posted first come, first serve. Just, be mindful, help us keep it clean and do all those things you're supposed to do. So we'll go back to the rental process on all of our shelters and lodge and those type things, and give people the opportunity to have their parties and stuff with a plan. And at that same time, I anticipate that we will put the gate back down at Steel Creek Park, because since the whole COVID-19 crisis began, we raised the gate on the park. It's only a $2 fee, which that $2 fee was put in to supplement the cost of the Nature Center edition. But we didn't, we just felt like, hey, we want everybody to get out, get fresh air, don't be cooped up at home. So we made the decision day one to just raise the gate and let people come and go with these. So July 1, we plan to put the gate back down and put that $2 fee back in place. Tuesday of this week, along with City Hall, admin offices here at Slater, Annex, we also opened the Nature Center. So the Nature Center is open, regular summer hours, 11 to 6. And staff is screening just like we are at City Hall and other places. If you want to come visit the Nature Center, absolutely please do so. We will record your name, and we will take your temperature and ask you to maintain, social distancing from others. Obviously, if it's the same members of a household, it's not an issue because you're around them 24/7 anyway. So paddle boats and train right now are still, we don't know. Obviously, paddle boats are side by side, and sharing of life jackets, and so and just the ability to sanitize those in between is very difficult at that level. And then there's the staffing as well. We haven't hired any of those staff members as well. So, and same with the train. We'll keep reviewing that as governor's orders change, new information's made available. There's a lot of guidance comes from the city manager, Mr. Sora, as well as city council on, and the health department and the governor. So it's not just one person. It's certainly not me sitting in the office saying, well, let's see, I think I'll do this today. There's a lot goes into it, and some of these are tough decisions. I mean, as far as I know, the pool's been open every summer since 1964, and it's tough. And my staff, this is what we do. I mean, we provide recreational opportunities for the public, and when you come in one day and you say, dang, I got to quit providing recreational activities to the public, I've got staff that this is all they've ever done. Their life revolves around recreational activities. And if you follow our Facebook page, you will see that they're not giving up. They're putting something out there every day. I don't care if it's encouraging you to draw on a sidewalk or take an exercise class, or that's what they do, and they're in full force, and they're not going to quit until we're back. Everything is norm. Probably the last piece of the puzzle is the Slater Community Center, and the Order 38 from the governor clearly states that senior centers cannot open at this time. We don't know. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what we don't know, so I can't even guess at when it may open and what we'll have to do to open it. What are our restrictions are going to be? Are we going to have to do appointments? I don't know. I mean, because a lot of what we do at the Nature Center is bringing people together. So let's see what that looks like. And we don't know. We don't know sometimes 2 or 3 days out. We certainly don't know a month out. So we'll wait and see. We're ready. The facility is scrubbed top to bottom. The floors are waxed and shined. The bathrooms are scrubbed and sanitized. We're ready. We're ready to reopen whenever that is. And then probably the other pressing issue is our ball fields, and whether that's weekend tournament rentals at White Top, whether that's Little League Baseball, whether that's our soccer league. Believe it or not, it's time for football, youth football, to start getting their stuff together. And currently we have all that stuff suspended. The latest order from the governor does state that limited or no contact sports, which includes baseball and softball, volleyball, and others, can begin to come back with some limitations and some controls. However, they haven't given us that guidance yet. That guidance is forthcoming. Hopefully we'll see that this week, and then we can work with our leagues and figure out, how are we gonna meet the guidelines that we're given. Right now we know that's groups less than 50, we know that's 6 foot distancing, and I don't know how you tag somebody out first base if you can't get within 6 feet of them. So we need to see what those guidelines are, and then we need to work with our leagues, let our leagues set up some rules and guidelines within their organization, and then we'll get back to normal. And so a lot of information coming in that guides. I meet weekly, have a conference call with the park directors from the region, Kingsport, Johnson City, all the way to Maryville, just to talk about what's going on there, what are you hearing, so we're not all on the exact same page. We're pretty close in what we're doing. Some more strict, some less strict, but we're basically in the same boat. We're going into summer without any summer staff, and that's probably the one thing that's the biggest issue for all of us. I mean, if somebody flips a switch tomorrow and says, okay, COVID's gone, let's get back to normal, it's going to be difficult for us because we rely on a lot of summer staff, and we don't have them. We're advertising for some, and we're not getting any applications. So you can't do programs without that additional staff. So, we'll keep working. We're anxious to get things back to normal. Staff's anxious to get things back to normal. This is what they do. This is what they love. And, the sooner they can get back to having camps and classes and events and activities, that's their goal. And it's certainly my goal to work with the city and administration all the way through the governor's office to make sure that we can get back to whatever that normal is, and get folks participating in the programs that they enjoy.
Well, thank you so much for all that information, and thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.